Awesome. We're live. Just hat look. Let's get a different hat. Hold on. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and real quick. Let me see. Okay, we're just gonna share this real quick. Share the link on Instagram real quick. And then we should be good to go. My bad. Awesome. All right, so we should be good. Let's just pop do not disturb on our phone. All right, guys. So let's get into it. Went ahead and got the TopStep challenge this morning. We got the 150K challenge. So yeah, kind of excited, ready to get into it. Feeling pretty good. Emotions good. You know, I sat outside. I got my morning coffee. I got water. I had breakfast. We had a bit of an early morning, bit of an early start, which I'm not really a fan of having early mornings. I mean, obviously, like how my schedule works, it's messed up. But I prefer just waking up and then first thing I do, right when I wake up, is sit down and I'm on the charts. But again, that's my preference. That's just how I am. So yeah. But we had a good start. We got the TopStep challenge, 150K profit target, $9,000. Best day cannot. I'm reading off of the website. Best day cannot be greater than 50% of your total profits. Can I show you this dashboard? Hold up. Yeah, I don't think there's like anything. Yeah, let's share the screen. Oh, wait, hold up. What time is it? All right, 9:05. So I've got Tradovate open over here. We got Tradovate open a couple times. So we got two Tradovate windows open. We've got our Ninja Trader window open. And I have the Tradovate window open just in case I want to execute on Tradovate. I want to go ahead and show you guys TradingView though, and try and execute off of TradingView instead of using Tradovate. But if I run into any issues with TradingView's execution, then I'll want to quickly swap over to Tradovate so that we can make sure we can get our trades in. So depending, you know, we might end up just trading on Tradovate today. I didn't really having trouble figuring out how to pull up my execution window on TradingView because I haven't used TradingView for execution in a while. But anyway, let's get into real quick this. I want to share this with you guys. So yeah, so here's the TopStep challenge rules. This is basically like what it looks like once you have everything set up. Once you're in the challenge. So you got right over here where my mouse is. Reach and maintain the $9,000 profit target. Best day cannot be greater than 50% of your total profits. So that basically means that my best day of trading cannot be more than $4,500. This is basically like a consistency thing. They just want to make sure that you're a consistent trader and that you're not just making like big wins, out of the blue. Uh, and then your losses are too big and this and that. So that's a consistency thing. Do not hit or exceed the 3,000 daily loss limit on your account. Will be deactivated for the trading day. So we're not going to hit that. Once we take two losses. So right now we've got our stop loss rules are on 3 contracts. Our stop loss can be 450, and then on 4 contracts our stop loss can be 550 with a max stop of 600 for 4 cons. So basically, we take two losses, we're going to be under that 3,000 daily loss limit. We'll be good. We'll be golden. Okay, so not worried about that. And then do not let your account balance hit or go below 1,000, 1,004. Whoa, whoa, $145,500, which is a max drawdown of $4,500. Okay, you can see here it shows you your profit target. It shows you the account where we're at the account right now. This is the max for the daily loss limit, right? For the daily loss limit, and then this is the max for the entirety of the challenge loss limit for the entirety of the challenge. So also when you are trading, the one thing that kind of irks me a bit is that this will go ahead and this will follow, but it'll stop here at the 150. So your daily loss limit will come up, and the max loss limit will come up as you start to make profit. They'll raise and follow, but they stop here at not the daily loss limit, but the max will stop here at the 150. So that'll be like your break even, like your neutral point, right? But obviously, like if you get to that'll be $4,500 in profit. So you'll be sitting pretty. You'll already be like halfway there, or halfway to the 950. All right, so let's stop sharing this screen and then we'll hop over. What time we got? We got 9:09. We'll hop over into trading view real quick, and I want to give myself at least 10 minutes to analyze. Hey Google, set a 10-minute timer.
Okay, 10 minutes. Starting now.
So we're gonna go into trading view. I'll look at it real quick. I want to see if I can figure out where this execution window is, how to pop it up. Let's use the internet's help. Trading view execution window. By clicking the buy or sell button, the order execute window pops up. Yeah, but I don't want to click that. Quantity. I know it popped. I know. Scale events trading. On screenshots, canvas scale. Symbol, status line. So like I know that there's a trading window that can be over here. Why? Come on, remember. I have to pull up a YouTube video real quick. YouTube. Trade on trading view. I hate like watching these tutorials and then they just not. I just get to the point. Okay, so huh. So I can do it like this. That's not what I want though. I want the window. It's not what I want. This guy did it. It's gonna be like right. It's gonna be right in front of my face. Literally right in front of my face. I'm connect. Oh yes. Yes. Boom, boom, investigating, and we got there. And we got there. Awesome. All right. So as you guys can see now, annoying ads. Don't need that. Thank you. Okay. As you can see now, we got our nice little order here. I definitely want to run market orders. We are going to be trading about three to four, right? So we'll change that number as varies. And then we want our stop loss to be for three cons, we want it to be 400. What? Really? 400, right? So total ticks is going to be 26. And that's four. Oh, I wonder if there's a way to change that. I want it to say points. But that'll be 6.5 points, which is correct. I wonder if there's a way to change that. I think there is. Let's see if we can figure that out. Object tree, color tree, settings, trading, execution labels, orders. Okay. I feel like it would be right here. Money, 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 money. Order info, maybe? Is that a clicky button? Nope. Paste trade, trading settings. Yeah, that's what I just pulled up. Okay. I feel like there's a way to change that. I would prefer for this to say points. Ticks will be fine for now because we're going ahead and we're saying the $400 anyway is what we're specifying. So I'm not too worried, and we already did the math. 26 ticks. I can write that down. So 26 ticks equals 6.5 points. And then let's say we were doing four cons. Let's just do the math so we already know it in our heads, right? We'll go 550 on that stop, and that looks like 27 ticks. And then I'm just gonna 27 ticks should be 6.75 points. 27, yeah. Okay, yeah. So just so we know that math real quick, real nice and easy. Oh, my bad. So we're going 3 here, and we want 400 here. So 26.6, 400 is about, it says 390. It's including the spread of these orders as well, of these assets. So, and we're also on the minis right now. So yeah, so let's go ahead. Let's do our quick little analysis. Looks like I gave us a little more time to analyze. I will say it will take me a little bit to get used to trading on TradingView now, because I've been trading on, even when I was doing my last challenge, I was trading on Tradovate. So it's just a little bit of a skip, a little skip and a hop and a, however that saying goes. I don't know. See if we can do 2 windows. Nope, need to pay for that. We're gonna start paying for it. I want to say this week I should be able to start paying for it. So I will be able to do more. The thing that I want to do is this. I want to show you guys when I actually execute a trade. I want to be able to use this tool so that I can show you where I'm entering here at this neutral line, where my profit target is, and then where my stop loss is. And then we'll go ahead and we'll trail that stop loss. So let's make sure we've got the tools that we want. All right, I'm gonna turn this one off. So I want to keep ADR on. I will keep ADR on, anchored view up, turn volume off. Let's see if it'll let us add. This one can go as well. Let's see if it can let us add. I just want one EMA. If I can just put, yeah. All right. So we will get rid of. I like ADR though. ADR is a good tool. We're gonna get rid of ADR. That's fine. I don't really use that for my strategy, but it is a good tool. But I need this EMA, not this one specifically. But I need the 10 EMA. That is definitely not the EMA that we want. All right, so let's just go EMA, moving exponential average. Thank you. And then we're gonna pop in there. We're gonna make that purple because I like purple for my EMAs. Well, for the 10 EMA, and then our input, it looks like it's got 9, so we're gonna do 10. So that's gonna be, hold up. Oh, okay. All right, let me undo that. Is that messing with anything? Is it just making it look? It's just making it look a little pretty, I think. Okay. I want to say it was at. I want to say it was at 5, and then this is 10. Close. Yeah. So that's gonna be counting the last 10 candles and putting that pretty line there. Stop. That's gonna be counting those last 10 candles and putting that pretty line there for us, so that we know where we would like to trail our stop loss when we get a nice big move. All right. So let's see what happens. We've got a downtrend, pretty big downtrend. This is from the daily time frame. So if we already had a break the previous day, so on Friday, which was our last trading day. So if we can get a nice break of this level again, definitely want to get into a buy, and then we'll have our stop where it's got to be. The cool thing about TradingView too is with these tools, you can automate whatever you want. So I know how, like, in our last session on Friday, when I went ahead and we had that difficulty, or where I had that misunderstanding where I didn't know, how the limits were going to work because I had just put on another 3 and this and that. Well, you can go ahead and you can. Uh, oh my! I thought it was a sneeze. Anyway, so you can go ahead and you can teeter and you can do everything you need to do, specify and change whatever you want. If you want to do a limit order, you want to do a stop order, stop limit, right? They all operate differently, but at least here you're able to be in control of everything, right? So I can go ahead and I can set my take profit if I wanted to. I can set my stop loss. I can say how many ticks I want it to be, what price I want it to be, this and that, right? Obviously, like when you touch any of these, other rules will change. Or if I go into limit orders, there's going to be certain things that are different from the market orders as well, because limit orders, stop limit orders, they all operate differently. But yeah, but you basically have you have most of the control or all the control that you could possibly want of this with this execution window here, and knowing what you're entering, what's going on. I like to, like, when I go ahead, and you'll see if we're able to execute any trades today, that it'll put the lines here, and I'll be able to drag and drop. So I do like TradingView more so for that reason. Do you need that as a trader? No, you don't need this stuff. But this tool and just using, it makes it a little more seamless. Like, I don't have to go ahead and worry about performing certain actions in a certain way, or I don't have to go ahead and like safeguard myself from messing up on certain things when I'm trading, like with NinjaTrader or with Tradovate, right? You might have to be a little careful in a couple different areas. Whereas with TradingView, I can go ahead and I can just I can operate seamlessly. I can flow, right? Like, I can just go ahead and trade and not have to worry about, or not have to go ahead and second guess or freak out. Oh, I went ahead and I put on two limit orders, right? And I don't know how to go ahead and cancel one of them, or something like that, right? Like we had on Friday. So yeah, so I mean, TradingView is just a really good tool for traders, especially when you're a beginner, or if you just want to make trading simpler for yourself, right? Like, this tool, you can do colors. I can change all the colors of this stuff. The reason that I have green and red right now is because it's easier for beginners to go ahead and read it. And obviously, red is bearish candles, people are selling. Green is bullish candles, people are buying. So it's just easier for beginner traders to understand that and read that. I do have some charts, or when I was trading before, I would do it with the same color. So, like, I'd make them gray, so all the candles would be gray. No color, so you could do that. You could change them to blue if you wanted. You could do different shades, different colors on everything. Your EMAs, the background. The indicators, you could do all different colors. You can make your own indicators. It's just a bunch. It's just a very, I don't, on all of the platforms that I've used, I've not used everything, so I'm not going to go ahead and say, oh, this is the best one. But from what I've used, it has been the most seamless and easiest experience. It's been the simplest trading platform, the most useful trading platform, especially when you pay for it too. So, like, obviously, I'm running into these issues where, oh, I can't have dual screen up, so I can't look at ES and uh, Nasdaq at the same time. I can't look at the S&P 500 and Nasdaq at the same time. Oh, I can't have more than two indicators on a chart right now. And that's because I'm not paying for it. But when you go ahead and you pay for it, you get more tools, you get more access. It does become a bit more useful, a bit more helpful when you do that. So yeah, I definitely, it's a good tool. It's a good tool, especially for beginner traders, or if you just want to make your trading simpler, and you want to make it easier. Um, I will need to get used to the whole time, because we got the time down here in the bottom right corner, and I'm used to it being up here. And then contracts are basically based on my execution and this, and we'll see price here. So there's a couple different things from NinjaTrader, from trading, or from NinjaTrader and Tradovate, how TradingView operates, how it looks. But it's not anything crazy. So we can get behind it, and I think we should be good since we got this execution window up. We got market orders, so I can go ahead and set limits too if I wanted to. I could put a limit order here, um, which honestly might be a smarter idea. But we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna play it like this with the market orders for now. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think that's about it. We got 5 minutes. I'm gonna hit the bathroom real quick, and then we will be back, obviously, before the market candle opens, so 9:30, and yep, we're gonna have a good trading day. Right, we're back. It looks like we're teetering there. I did have a thought, and this was because of the rule. We are gonna set a 4,400. 4,400 is good, right? Yeah. So we'll give ourselves a little wiggle room, just in case the execution of the take profit goes whack. But I want to set this as just like as a max take profit. So we are going to be trailing that stop loss, but because on TopStep we have that rule, right, where we can't make more than 50% in one of our trading days, I want to put this here just as a safeguard. All right, so we went ahead, we broke this. We should have gotten in. We should have had a limit. A limit order would have definitely been a much better choice. We do got some highs up here. It's a good thing we zoomed out. We definitely didn't give ourselves enough time to go ahead and analyze, though. I was yapping a bit. I apologize. Let's zoom back out. Let's get over here, and let's see where price is. Maybe we get in on that break, but it's not 9:30 yet. Remember how I am about waiting till after. But we are definitely going to be experimenting a bit with that. See if maybe that's just hindering my trading. Right? Maybe I'm just going ahead and being a chicken. Right? We don't want to get into that volatility, but I could possibly yet. But I do like to know a bit more kind of what's going on. And then I don't know if you could tell, but I am zooming while going ahead and zooming in and out much quicker, and it's just such a beautiful platform. I love it. Such a beautiful platform. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get some zones. That zone up there is really big, so obviously I'm not going to be looking at it. Well, we'll go ahead and lighten this area like this. It's just an area to go ahead and know, hey, we need to be cautious here, right? So yeah, it is a little exaggerated. Can I do the line? I can't do the line. That seems weird. That's really weird. Huh. Oh well. Oh, look at that break. All right, let's see. We got a couple seconds. Probably gonna go for a buy. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Boom. Ooh. Ooh. And that is why we wait till 9:30. And that is why we wait till 9:30. Would that be a good buy? Possibly. You could call that, We're gonna have to get used to. It's crazy too because I basically just hopped in. It's been 3-4 weeks since I've been in TradingView, so I basically just hopped in here, and we're just here using this platform seamlessly. Let's lower this, just make it smaller. So we still got this break idea up here. As you can see, we did break this trend that was going upwards, right? To break our big trend line, which it did break, but we'll hold here because it seems to be a good level, right? And if it does break, I'm still looking. I still think those buys are decent. We don't really have much over here either. Like on the left hand side, this looks like it's from Friday, May 24th. 24. No. Friday the 10th. So yeah, that was yesterday or last trading day. It doesn't look like we've got much in our way. So here's price. I got this little orange dotted line. I don't know if you can see it. It's really, really dim. I'll fix that. Can I fix that now? There. There, we made it a little brighter so you could see it. But we don't really got much traffic up here, right? So if we do get these breaks on those highs, we should be flying, possibly. But we don't got much here either on the lows. Oh, we're falling. All right, let's watch. Let's watch. Let's see what's gonna happen. See what we can do. We definitely got some price over here that we should worry about more so than what's going on over there. So let's see what we got over here. We got this down, which obviously we've tested this level down here, right? We came pretty low, pretty low. I'm gonna draw a zone like right here because you could see we had this bounce and then we had this second bounce right off of it. And then this price point here as well. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now. And we'll see if if maybe we want to catch some bounces off of those levels. But I am looking more so for this buy because if I zoomed out, NQ has been obviously more so recently. Let's go to like the 15. We'll just zoom out. Look at that. Look at that buy trend, right? We're going in an uptrend for sure, for sure. So even if I zoom out more, right? This is May 22nd, May 17th. So we're coming down. May 22nd is when we decide to turn around and we start buying, buy pressure, boom. So obviously we got these levels up here, that we're gonna have to be aware of. Let me just draw that quick zone. We got these levels up here. Are we gonna touch those today? Definitely not. This week, possibly, if we do decide to keep moving upwards. So just stuff to be aware of. But I am looking more so for these buys, even though we are pushing low. We are pushing low. Remember, it's important to go ahead and don't solidify, don't concrete your bias, right? So I have a bullish bias right now, which I'm going to hold even like mostly for this week. I'll probably hold this bullish bias because for the last couple of weeks we've been going, bullish. But it's important to know, hey, we got to switch up. Maybe we're not shooting in the right direction, especially since we're on the 1 minute. I mean, look how quickly it's collapsing now, right? So maybe we'll shoot. Might be a little late, honestly. We're down here at this level. We'll see what it does. Again, it has only been 4 minutes since the open. So, and we've moved from 33 to 32 to 97. So decent move. Oh, 3. I don't know if I'm reading these right. Gotta get used to this chart. I'm looking at. I got Tradovate over here too, so I can watch it because I'm so used to obviously looking at the Tradovate chart. So like to me, this looks like a huge move, which I mean it is pretty big. It's about 30, 35 points, which is a really big move. But like here, it just looks like extremely exaggerated. So I'm looking at the Tradovate one to make sure that it's not as crazy as I think. So I might be. This level just got blown past. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Definitely, had we had a trend line here, would have been some good selling going on today. Did we give ourselves enough time to analyze? No, we didn't. But that's okay. We got Tradovate set up. We got TradingView set up. We got the TopStep thing going, and so we're not too worried. You can see down here where it's got the green light for Tradovate, and does it have? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I wanna make sure I have this open, at least so you guys can see my numbers down here. So we got profit, and then we got account balance. And I'm pretty sure when I'm in a trade, it'll show like obviously the profit, the P&L for the day or the trade. And and it'll show it on the trade as well. So we can see how we got our green light. So that means we are in it's a live account for Tradovate, but it's still demo. So we're still TopStep does demo for their challenges. So it's still a demo account, but we are live trading with the Tradovate account, right? With the challenge. So it's just letting us know that it's active like that. All right, here comes our buyers coming back into the market. Nice bounce off this level. So this level we definitely want to be aware of. So I'm making that outline green so that when it comes into this level, I can be aware of, if we get like out here somewhere and I don't want to zoom too much, then I'll be aware of, okay, well, the last time we came into this level, we went ahead and we bounced, right? So we bought. So like you could go ahead and do that with these levels too. Like this one would be like, oh, the last time that we had come into this level, it bought as well. So yeah, just a couple, neat little tricks, what I was saying before. It makes it easier trading. TradingView makes it a little bit easier. You can do some more customization, so on and so forth. The one thing that I am not liking right now about TradingView is that while I'm looking at Tradovate, let me go ahead. I can switch it. See how these executions are just like flying, right? So like I'm almost seeing every single execution. Like it's like a flow. Whereas when we were looking on TradingView, it was more so like I'm looking at TradingView now, it's more so like stagnant. Like it's not moving this much. So I will say I'm not too big of a fan of that because I do enjoy actually seeing these executions as such. All right, so we're going to go ahead and I think we're going to get into some sells because we just broke that range as I'm trying to share this with you. We broke that previous low. All right, we're in some sells, it looks like. Let me go ahead and let me place these levels correctly. So this is our stop loss here. And then our take profit levels obviously extremely far away. But you could see how it's showing us our price, how much money we're making, where the trade is, right? And I can go ahead and I can take this level and I can drag it wherever I'd like. So we're shooting for about 1,000 take profit, but we want to move our trade. We want to trail our stop. So we're going to trail our stop to right about here right now, which I want to say was about 400, 500 in profit. So good take profit. That would be a 1R already since our stop loss is at 400, right, for these 3 cons. So let's see if we get hit, we get hit. If not, then we'll still be in this trade. But our take profit should be like, yeah, all the way down here. So see what happens. If we get hit, we get hit. If we get hit, we get hit. So let's see if we can go ahead. If we can get back over here to like 4, like we're moving towards now, I think we'll move our stop like maybe right here. Right here, I think is a good level because we got those lows down there. But definitely, or at least what I'm looking at is possibly pushing to these lows over here. I can go ahead and I can talk to you now, right, freely because I already have my trailing stop. So once it hits that level, it's going to get us, it's going to execute the trade. It's going to get us out of the trade. So I'm not too worried about like talking to you guys and going over it, right? Because we have already have locked in our profit, right? And then some people will be like, oh, like you were at 1,000 here, you were at 1,000 here, right? Right. But what I'm shooting for is like these trending trades. I'm shooting for the trend to break. I'm shooting for the trend to move a while, right? So like $500 on a break is really good. That's a good trade already. Um, so now we're just gonna see, how much we can kind of milk it. Are we milking it too much? Possibly, possibly. Let us know, right? I'm not the one. I'm not gonna be the one to go ahead and tell the market when it's gonna turn around, right? This trade, if I got out of the trade now, it could drop all the way down here to our sell. Um, so that's why you have your take profits. That's why we do the trailing stop, and I don't take profit till I need to, right? So like the only reason I need to take profit down here at this level where I have the buy limits is because the top step challenge says, oh, that if you go ahead and you take more than 4,000, if you take more than 50% of your total profits for the consistency, then they're gonna go ahead and they're gonna raise my target, which I don't want them to raise my target, right? So I'm forcing myself to take profits here at this level. But if that rule wasn't implemented into the trading challenge, then I would go ahead and I would have my, I would just trail my stop, and that's what we do. All right, let's see what happens. Ooh, ooh, crazy. I think we'll get hit. I think we'll get hit. What that's telling me right now is that there's a bunch of other people that have stop losses there. 80. Hit. Hit it. Stop playing games with me. Out. Boom. Up 512. Up 512. So it got us out here at it says 280. 280 and a quarter. So it got us out here for our stop loss, right? Or for our trailing stop. So let's see. So that was about 1.5 R, and the trade's highest was 3 R. So could we have trailed our stop a bit more? Yes. Now, if we're gonna be absolutely systematic, right? Honestly, I did not execute that trade as I should have, because my stop loss should have been here at our purple, at our 10 EMA, like I had said previously, right? And had we done that, then look, we would still be in the trade because it was here for this candle, right? So we would still be in this trade. We would still be writing it. So we'll go ahead. I got out of it here, but look at that. Look at that. Still would have been in the trade. Still would have been writing it. It's already at almost 5 R on the trade, and I want to say our take profit was for the 4,500 was somewhere down here. I don't remember exactly. Is it? Oh, is it got the price right here for us? I think it's got the price right here for us. So if we entered at 289, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. Either way, we would have still been in the trade. Um, we would have still been riding it. So we'll see if it rides for a decent amount of time lower. But now what we also want to do, right, is we want to be aware of, all right, well, what's our next setup possibly looking like? Okay. Are we going to get into another trade? Do we want to be thinking about that, right? Like, are we feeling good? Are we feeling emotional? Are we feeling too good? Are we feeling our ego kind of boost a little bit? So like, what's going on, right? Oh, why does it do that? Why did it do that? Um, I don't know. It saved it for all of them, but whatever. So now we're gonna be looking most likely for it to come back into this level, and then possibly get a sell off on this level down here where we just had that bounce, right? So that's what we're looking at now for trades. We're just going to keep following it with this though, but this is the candle that we exited on because it hit our trailing stop. But it hit our trailing stop because our trailing stop wasn't where it was supposed to be. Our trailing stop should have been further away. Our entrance, was that our enter? 29289, right? So our trailing stop should have been here at the purple. But I wanted to go ahead and I wanted to lock in a bit more profit. So we went ahead and we eagerly put our stop loss down here so that we could lock in $500 of profit. Good thing, bad thing? We didn't really listen to our rules. So I would go ahead and I would argue I could have done better. But then you have other people that would say you made $500 today. Why are you complaining? So again, to each their own. It's a balance. Obviously you come here and right here at 6 you would be sitting, let me do some math, 6 times, sorry I can't do quick math, 400, that would be 2,400 at this wick right here. I guarantee you'd be like, oh well, you should have done that, why didn't you just wait until it came lower? And then my argument would be like, well, I don't disagree with you. But again, like I went ahead and I wanted to lock in $500 in profit. That's 1 R. That's pretty good. That's 1.5 R almost. But had you had your stop loss at the trailing stop, then you would still be in this trade. You would still be writing it. You could have gotten that 2,400 if you wanted to. You could have said, oh, 2,400 is good enough for me, right? Or you just keep on trailing that stop and you keep on following the 10 EMA like I should have, because that's my rule, right? So like this one would go here. So I'm gonna make this red so that we can all kind of see it and we can be aware. So like this would be where the trailing stop is right now. All right. So I think it'll be good. We'll just follow this trade for now until we go ahead and possibly get a possible entry or a possible, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm looking for a word. If our strategy arises, then we're ready. But for now, we will just follow the trade that I already took and see how far it goes and see what it does, and then we can learn from that. All right, so we got a nice little zone here that we want to be aware of because we had a nice bounce. Obviously, I don't know if you could tell, but my bullish bias for today is kind of out of the window for today, at least for right now, for this trading session, until price decides to make a few changes. It looks like we are on the bearish end of the stick. So let's zoom back out. These are the areas that we're kind of looking for. Oh, it looks like it's going up into our. Okay. So arguably, we should be getting into sells, correct? Are we gonna chicken? Possibly. Should we chicken? No, we shouldn't. Are we going to chicken? Again, possibly. 8-2, 8-2. Do I like that stop loss? I do kind of like that stop loss, but that is a lot of bullish momentum. So I think we might sit this one out for right now. See what happens. But look, your stop loss would have gotten hit, right? Well, technically it would have gotten hit like over here because you would have moved the trailing stop. So this trade, if you followed your rules correctly, would have been about 3. Yeah. But if you went ahead and you got it at 2.5, I mean, hey, that's pretty good too, right? But again, it's like all to your trader's management, all to your discretion, what you go ahead and do. That still would have been like $1,000 right here at the 3R mark. So Definitely not a bad trade. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wipe these out so that they're not in our way and we can think properly. Should be selling, but I'm going to say that my bullish bias is still there a bit. And this is a really, really substantial bullish candle. And then there, you got the market telling you you're stupid. Like that. It's like, you're stupid. I know, market. I know. Thanks for letting me know. Crazy. That is called hesitation and chicken shittiness. That'd have been 400, 500 right there, depending on either this wick, whichever however high price wick you got on right there. So yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I still don't know because this wick is substantially large. So I feel like it's kind of creating a resistance around this level, right? It does look like proper. Oh, we should have a trend line. We should have a trend line up here. Technically, that's the break of the trend line right there for buys. Don't I have, is there a ray tool? Yeah, I thought so. Oh, this is not a ray tool. That's the ray tool. All right, so we're gonna obviously have to move this depending on whatever high, whatever peak gets made here. We'll have to move our downtrend. But and then I would like to move this one, but we don't need to worry about that just yet. So just go ahead and see how price reacts here. But that buy bias might start coming in handy if we can go ahead and break this level here and then use this as like a support and break past this, then we should be looking more so for buys. I also have my anchored VWAP tool on. There's some people that use that for their strategy, same thing with the breakouts and stuff. So realistically, not a bad spot. Definitely would have gotten in the trade earlier than me, having gotten in on this breakout or on this pull into this level. Probably should have been our entry, or would have been a better entry. But we got out on the breakout of this high right here, or I mean this low, this valley. So it looks like we're using it as support, possibly. So just get ready with our numbers. Possibly. So we just put the buy on. So we'll be ready. We've already got our 400 calculated. We've got our 26 stop loss here, and then that'll all be automated and automatic. And then we just gotta wait for the market to do what it does. I will bring this here. So that is our downtrend now. So if we get a break here, again, arguably we could go ahead and get into our buy. But as you can see, we are having some trouble here now with this level of resistance, right? Possible resistance. So we still got steady, looks like a steady downtrend. Let's see, maybe let's turn on our TDI. Yep, so it looks like that down push was pretty heavy, but market sentiment is showing that there is a possible turn. We've got a nice little turn here. Everything seems to be in line as of right now. So arguably, price action and market sentiment are in agreement with what's going on. So nothing out of the ordinary at the moment. You can see now that chicken move that we made, that not taking that trade right there, paid off fully. And we had three candles. We had three whole candles to possibly execute that trade. But right there would have been like another grand with the three con. So we'll watch. We'll watch. We don't want to make any rash decisions or any hasty decisions, right? Especially since we have. I mean, right now we're just trading two strategies, so we're basically just trading the. I guess you could say we're trading all three. So we're trading the trading strat or the trend line trading strategy, uh, basic support and resistance, liquidity levels, and the turtle trading strategy just a little bit. I'm not drawing out my boxes or my shells, but you can go ahead and see like when it breaks these levels, like that's what we went ahead and we broke here on this low with momentum. So we got into that trade and we rode it for a bit. Uh, so look, here we are again, about to break our trend line. But you know, it gets a little noisy, it gets a little confusing, and you got to figure out, you know, am I trying to take this trade, and especially when these trades are starting to argue with each other, right? Because realistically, this is like a resistance level, but this candle is breaking our trend. So do we get in for a buy, or do we wait for it to get in the box and then sell it, right? So you kind of have to be you're kind of fighting with yourself, you're kind of arguing with yourself, and trying to figure out, you know, which way do I go, which way do I choose. So it can get a little difficult, but yeah. And there you are, trend line for the win on that one. Trend line for the win on that one. And the other thing is too is like I don't want to be taking every single. I mean, I should be taking all of my strategy stuff, but like I don't want to be taking every single trade that I see because you know had I gotten into this one and I was like, oh, I want to take this one as a sell to go lower, right, off of this resistance level, then we would have lost. We would have definitely our stop loss would have gotten hit here, right? Um, or had I went ahead and I gotten in on this trend line break over here as a buy, then we would have our stop loss would have gotten hit. So you know you got to go ahead and take everything that's going on, and that's why I pulled this one up, which actually this tool's telling me that I should have gotten in for the buy because of this green is like our trend line, and then that went ahead and it broke our market sentiment. So like this would have been a pretty decent buy off of this trend line break, which now I know for next time that oh I should have gotten in there, right? And then that was like two R, so it would have been almost a grand. 2.6R would have been almost a grand. So, but yeah, so like just to look at that, like I don't wanna go ahead and take every single thing, right? Especially when my trades or my strategies can argue with each other sometimes, right? Because again, had I gotten in on a trend line break here for a buy, then we would have hit our stop loss. Had I gotten here in this resistance level for a sell, then we would have hit our stop loss, right? So you want to make sure that you're being careful, you're being cautious, and depending on what strategy you're using or whatever strategies you're using, right? Uh, you know when to use certain levels or other strategies or other confluences, either to get into a trade, right? Like me using this TDI to go ahead and confirm, okay, maybe a trend line break for a buy would be a good idea right now, right? Uh, or for the opposite end too, to say, okay, well, if I'm trading support and resistance and I have this TEI telling me that this trend line break is a good buy, then maybe I shouldn't get in for a sell at this resistance level at this gray box, right? Same thing too with like take profits, right? So like I could have captured more had I not drawn my stop loss down as low as I could have, as low as I did, but
when we went ahead and we came into this level here, right? Then we could have looked at it as, okay, we're up 2,400. Either maybe we tighten the stop loss because we like this number, or we go ahead and we just take profit right here because this could be a possible resistance level. Same thing up here, right? Oh, we're coming into this uh, possible resistance level, which has now flopped because we're under it. So possible resistance level, right? Maybe we just take profit here instead of trying like biting our nails or betting that, oh, it's gonna push higher. It might. I'm not saying it won't. Like it might right now. It might keep going higher. But if you're safe, if you're good with that number, if you're safe with that number, and it works mathematically for your strategy, then that's an idea. Just using these confluences, using different strategies to go ahead and figure out, oh, do I get out of a trade here? Do I not get into this trade? Do I take a different type of trade? Do I take a different strategy type of trade? Because I have these confluences, or I have these things that are telling me different, than what I'm thinking. Or like kind of like how I had said, oh, I have a bullish bias for today because of of because of the previous week's price action, right? When we went into the 15-minute and we looked, and I was like, oh, I have a bias on buys today, on bullish today. I think we're going to go higher, right? Like I could have gotten into a trade here immediately with this trend line break, but I went ahead and I waited, and I wanted to see how it reacted to that level before getting in. And then we went ahead and we pushed lower extremely, right? And had I had my trend line here, then we could have gotten into a sell or whatever, right? But then I switched my bias because I'm starting to see, okay, well, this is what's occurring. Okay, we come into this level, right? A previous support level, and we use it as resistance. So like support coming lower. All right, I want to get into a sell when we break down here, right? Stuff like that. Look, so now it's pushing higher. So same thing. So it's using this, which would have been, which was technically just a resistance level here, right? Or should have been a resistance level since we're under the price, and this is a was a bullish support level, so this should be a bearish resistance level. And now we're pushing higher off of it, right? So again, the market is going to operate however it wants to. Um, you're not going to be able to tell it what to do, and all you're doing is you have your strategy and you're reacting to the market in the best way that you can, and you're executing and making decisions based on the knowledge that you have and what you know, and what you're able to go ahead and execute. So we're just watching this one run for right now. Um, so yeah. So as of right now, I would tell you that obviously, like the few mistakes that we had, we did put our trailing stop too close, too low, right? We weren't following our trailing stop rules with the 10 EMA for this trade that we had taken. But again, I wanted to make sure that we were taking a profit for today. It's our first trade for this challenge, so we want to be up just a bit. Build that confidence for our next trading sessions and for our next trades to kind of put us in a good spot. So yeah, so we took that, but we could have gotten 2R out of it, and 2R is like the golden number because if you're taking 2Rs, then you go ahead and you can take two losses, right, for the money that you made, because 2R is two times what you risked, right? So if we're risking that 400 and I took profit at 800, then I'll have two times the money that I risked, right? So maybe we go ahead and we see if we can figure out a way to try and get that 2R if that's what we got to do for our take profits, or once we pass that 2R, just put our trailing stop there, start trailing it from there. But with that EMA, I think we should have followed that EMA definitely, because at least we would have gotten that break even or close to break even had we hit here. So we would have still gotten some profit, but we would have went further, and we would have been able to make a decision somewhere down here in profit, right? Second thing would have been like this area over here, which I'll circle, which we said that if we went ahead and we got into this area, we were going to get into some sells. Yeah, we were being chicken. We could have gotten into some sells, and they would have been decently profitable. Decently profitable, 2.5, just 2.5. Again, so maybe we're finding some new rules on our trailing stop there. What we want to go ahead and do, but we did good going ahead and kind of seeing how it reacted over here. With this bouncing again, this resistance, and with our TDI, this trade here should have happened. Like we most likely should have gotten into our buy for this trend line break, even though this resistance was here. We just had to pull back into this resistance level again, and then it buys, and then I pull this out, and it's got a nice cross while we break our trend line as well. So this would have been a decent buy, even if we didn't catch the entirety of the move. It looks like it would have hit the trailing stop here if we were trailing it properly. And then had we gotten up here, we would have been at almost 4R, which after this trade, maybe 4R would have been fine. So that would have been 400 times 4, which would have been 1600. So yeah. So just looking at these things, following them and kind of figuring out, okay, well, here's where I can improve. Here's what I can do different the next time coming in, right? Because like every trade execution and every missed opportunity is a learning experience, right? And it's an opportunity for you to learn something. Okay, so obviously I could have went ahead and I could have taken this trade. I could have taken my $500 for today, and I could have just got up and I could have left and gone done whatever else I wanted to do for today. Well, we stayed here. We stayed here. Maybe we get a couple more entries, but more importantly, while we're sitting at this computer, we're seeing what's going on, and we're able to look at the market, and even though we're able to again possibly get more trades in, we're able to experience the market, and we're able to figure these things out, right? So had I gotten up immediately after this trade, then we wouldn't have seen price go lower, right? And we wouldn't have been able to come up with the analysis and figure out, okay, well, maybe I should have done my stop loss properly, right? Or I could have done my stop loss this way. Or maybe here, because we created some sort of resistance level, I could have went ahead and I could have put, maybe I put like some more sells, and I actually like size in to my trade, right? When we came over here, right? And I had said that it would have been nice to do some sells off of the resistance again. That would have been nice, right? And you go ahead and you learn that and you experience that. And then after the fact, you see this bounce off of the resistance is like right here, kind of. So like just like this zone in general, but you see this resistance off of here and then coming up, and then it breaks the trend line, right? And then we got a little worried about this resistance level here that we wanted to do sells off of, and now we were having a bearish bias. So how are we feeling about the bullish bias? But it breaks the TDI and it breaks the trend line, so maybe it's a good buy, and we go ahead and buy, right? But so like you're not going to be able to experience this, or even though I didn't execute on like these 2 or 3 or these 2 other ideas, right? We actually had the ideas, and we're here to experience the ideas live instead of just going ahead and looking at it in hindsight, instead of like coming over here and looking at it in hindsight, right? So I had these ideas, I had these biases. I'm going ahead and I'm analyzing while I'm on the chart live, while price action is live, while people are trading, and I'm able to go ahead and come up with these ideas and just see how they play out and learn from them, right? We could see that it came in and it hit the trailing stop 3 times. So I would have gotten hit here, but you can see how this is like a resistance zone now right here, because obviously there's some buyers here that are pushing price higher, right? So maybe we do get to see this break of this trend line today, which I'll have my phone on me all day. And if we do, then I'll get into a buy for that, right? And I'll make sure that I have my stop loss set, and I'll make sure that I'm, looking at confluences and looking at resistance levels to see how I want to go ahead and manage the trade and manage my risk, right? But yeah, you're not going to be able to do that unless you're live and you're experiencing the market. The cool thing too about this stuff is like, yeah, I'm doing demo for a trading challenge. Like I'm in a trading challenge. I paid the company to go ahead and basically analyze, how I trade. They go ahead and they analyze how I trade to see if they want to give me that funding. So I paid a company to go ahead and do this, to analyze it, right? And for me to get the funding. But demo trading, which this is still technically demo trading, even though I'm in a challenge, demo trading is a good way to be able to do this. I demo trade all the time. I've been demo trading for a long time, for a really long time. Even when I was doing challenges, I would do challenges, I would demo trade, I would do challenges, I would demo trade, do challenges, demo trade, right? I did live trading. I do live trading, but it's more like stocks and it's like really slow investment type stuff. It's not like day to day stuff. But what I'm saying is that just getting this initial experience, this hands-on experience, and being here while it's going on live, right, and coming up with these ideas and being able to do this stuff is what's really going to make the difference. Because all day long, you can go ahead and you can watch YouTube videos. You can go ahead and you can watch, you know, you could just scroll back and you could be like, oh, I could have went ahead and I could have done this trend line here, and then I could have gotten in a sell here, and then and then we would have been millionaires, and then I could have drive my Lamborghini, right? You could do that all day long. Okay, woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda, shoulda, coulda. But if you're not here and you're not watching that price action live and you're not analyzing live and you're not giving it a go and you're not testing, playing with the market execution screen, right? Which I figured out how to pull up today, after not using this platform for so long, right? But like if you're not actually going ahead and executing this stuff and coming up with the ideas and playing with it and analyzing it, that's how you go ahead and learn, is being here while prices live, being here, putting your time in, putting your 1,000 hours in, putting your 10,000 hours in, right? Even just your first 100. When you put your first 100 hours in, you do this for an hour a day for 100 days, it's going to make a substantial difference in not only the experience, but obviously you're going to get so much knowledge. You're going to like get past a lot of the emotional stuff already. I mean, I still go through a lot of the emotional stuff. I'm not going to lie. I still get greedy. I still get scared, or I fear, missing money. We went ahead and made $500, right? And I had said, oh, like, some people say it's a big deal. Some people say it's not a big deal, whatever it is, to each their own. But when we're over here and right? And I'm like, oh, I'm going to take a sell off of this resistance, right? But I still have a bit of bullish bias, right? And I'm a little worried. I'm like, well, shit, do I want to lose the $500 I just made today? Like that stuff still happens. That stuff is still going to happen. I'm not perfect. I'm not a robot. I'm not the best trader in the world. I'm not saying that. We're shooting for that, but it's going to take a lot of time, and you got to get used to this stuff, and you got to get used to making that money, losing that money. You got to get used to executing. You got to get used to seeing these numbers. That was one of the biggest things for me to do is like actually demo trade properly. So like once you go ahead and you've been playing around with it and you understand, all right, this is how the whole platform operates. This is how I do these types of trades. This is kind of how I analyze. This is how it looks, right? Start doing like these mock challenges like I did last week, right? Like kind of have be like, okay, well, these are kind of the rules that I want to set for myself while trading. This is what I want to do. This is how I want to manage my trade. This is how I want to do the risk management, right? Okay, so if I go ahead and I look at this prop firm, these are their rules. This is what they go ahead. They have a $9,000 profit target. Okay, I can't do more than 50,000 or more than 50% greater than my profit target for a day. Okay, I can't lose more than 3,000 for the day. Okay, my stop loss or my daily drawdown, my max drawdown is 4,500, right? And if I hit that, then I lose the challenge, right? So like going ahead and picking like a prop firm and then doing like a mock challenge, doing like for demo trading. So just like have those rules out, try and implement them into your demo trading. Write it out. Okay, this is how much I made. This is how much I lost. Did I pass the challenge? Did I lose the challenge? How long is it taking me? How many trades am I taking? Going ahead and analyzing all this stuff. I do a lot of it internally, I'll say. I do it for a reason too, but I do not recommend doing this stuff internally. Make sure you're writing it down. Make sure that you're documenting it. Make sure that you're being accountable for yourself, and you want to be able to see that growth. You want to be able to actually look at it and read it and be like, okay, well, this is what's going on. These are my rules. This is how I'm managing trades. This is how I'm doing risk management. This is kind of what my plan is. Plan the trade, trade the plan. So literally think about that, like just in anything trading. So if you're gonna go ahead and do the prop firm, right? Plan the prop firm, all right, and then do the prop firm as you planned. Do the prop firm as you planned. But if you come into this prop firm like straight out the gate and you don't know what you're doing, you're just wasting your money. You're just giving them money, right? Like honestly, I'll say like I was a bit nervous to go ahead and start this prop firm, but I went ahead and I pushed myself because I got people telling me that I know what I'm doing, and they say, you know what you're doing. You're just getting you're the obstacle. You're getting in front of yourself, right? And I mean, you could see it. You could see it here. Like I'm gonna be 100% with you guys every time. I chickened out here. We could have had that nice sell. Did I chicken out here? Maybe, but I don't know. Like you could say I chickened out here. I wouldn't disagree with you. But I was being safe. But I chickened out really. Like I could have gotten into this trade, and then we would be up, right? But I get in my own way, right? I get greedy, I get emotional, I start thinking about this, I start thinking about this. I find confluences on why not to get into trades. I find reasons why not to do certain things, right? But like, that's something that comes with it. Like you're gonna have to learn how to get over that. You're gonna have to push past those limits. And I just think like if you go ahead and you think about trading in a certain way, it makes it a lot easier. Like you need to go ahead and understand that you don't have control. I don't have control of any of this. The only thing that I have, well, obviously I have control of the drawings and the platform. Like I can do whatever I want on the platform. But like while trading, right? All this price action, everything that's on here. Can I hide? Can I hide my? Hold up. Yes. The only thing that I have control over here, which you can see on the screen right now, that isn't like platform based or customization or drawing based or whatever, is my execution and how I executed my trades, right? And the decisions I made or I didn't make, and the analyses that I took and that I made and I didn't make, and the stuff that I wrote down or that I didn't write down. I know it was just a sticky note, but again, I do everything in my head for a specific reason. That's me. But I recommend that you should write your stuff down, and you should have your trading plan written down, and you should have all of this written down to go ahead and journal better and just be able to perform better, because I've done that before and I got past that. But yeah, so like I just think it's very important, but to understand that the only thing you have control over is your decisions and your execution, is yourself. That is the only thing that you have control over in the market as a retail trader, not as like a big fish or a corporate fish or like an insider trader or something like that, right? Like obviously, there'll be people that say, oh, blah, blah, blah. No. The only thing you have control over is your executions, your decisions, your emotions, how you react, how you don't react, the decisions that you do make, the decisions you don't make, the executions you don't, the trades you don't take, the money you decide to take, the money you decide to lose. So that would be like risk management, trade management stuff. So yeah. So I think like just knowing that is a big thing, and knowing that the market is gonna move wherever it wants to. It's gonna do whatever it wants to do, right? There are millions and millions of dollars, millions and millions of people that are moving this price right now. Yes, you are a part of the people that are moving the price, but unless you have those hundreds of thousands, millions, or billions of dollars that you're putting into single trades, you are not creating these crazy price fluctuations, right? This is millions of people in this candle. This is millions of dollars in this candle, okay? And each of these candles, right? Even the indecision is millions of people. Millions of people executing trades within a minute, millions of dollars being coming in, coming out of the accounts of millions of traders, right? Whether that's banks, whether that's retail, whether that's whatever it is. So you're a small fish, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, because we can get into we can get into these market executions. We can get into these trades fairly quickly. You know, you don't have to be worried about big commissions. I mean, depending on who you broker with, but you don't have to worry about, you know, a lot of the other stuff that big traders or big companies that do trade hedge funds have to worry about, right? But yeah, so like just knowing that, and obviously I'll draw these lines, I'll draw these trend lines, and it won't respect it sometimes. You know, it didn't want to respect this resistance level, and it broke past it. It didn't want to respect this resistance level, it broke past it, right? It broke past these. So if I had like my stop loss over here, or I got into a market buys here, then you know we would have been in drawdown for a little bit before it pulled up, right? Which isn't a bad thing, but like these are all just lines, like they're just random lines that I'm drawing, really, and all of my analysis and everything is based on the amount of experience that I have. Like if I go ahead and I try to explain all this to you, which I'm trying my best, but I know it's not coming out the way that I understand it. You know, because it just takes time to be able to understand this stuff, and the experience just goes a long way. Like just being here, being a part of the trading, again live. You know, not necessarily live like with your own money. You can do it that way, but like I said, like I recommend doing the demo. TradingView does demo. A lot of these brokers, they have demo accounts that you can be a part of, right? You might have to pay for market data on some of them, or you might have to pay, you know, if you want to use more screens or you want to use more indicators, right? But you can go ahead and let me show you that now. I'm basically, this is what we're going to do. I want to move this trend line. I might have zoomed out too much. Can I get rid of that? I want to get rid of that. Hold up, team. Hold up, team. Trading instant order placement. Why did I get the beep beep? I really like the on Tradovate or Ninja Trader when you take entries, it goes order filled. We didn't get that. We didn't get that. It kind of upset me. You can't see it now because I'm on the. My bad. My bad. My bad. All right. So we took that. I'll leave the arrows. I'll leave the arrows for now, and then I'll change that tomorrow. I was gonna say NQ's like it's pushing higher. It's pushing higher. So this is what I want to do. I want to go ahead and I want to place. I want to fix this one. Let me fix this. I want to get rid of this box possibly. Where? Oh my God, that is ugly. All right, that's better. And then I need to take you. I want to fix my trend line to represent the correct level. Let's just double check. Bingo, it's like right there. Boom. Awesome. Look at that. Look at that push. Look at that push. Oh, number 6. Crazy. And that's what happens when you chicken out, Yang. That's what happens. Okay, so this is what I want to do. I'm going to put an alert on this because after this stream, I'm going to the gym. So it'll be able to put an alert on my phone. Let me know. Let me know. Hey, do you want to get into this trade? And then I'm going to be like, hey, yes, I do. Yes, I do. But we might just do 2 cons for this trade. So I'll go ahead and do, if I do get into that trade. All right, so we're going to do only once. Do I want only once? All right. Buy, break. No, we're going to, yeah, just buy, break. Buy, break. That's fine. Buy, break, question mark.
Or do we just put a limit? Are we being chickens? Are we being a chicken? Maybe I should start doing limit orders. I told myself that when I was doing like Forex. I was like, oh, like if I put a limit order, right? Like I can't chicken out because like I did my analysis. Here's my analysis, and then I put a limit order. Then it's gonna automatically put me into the trade when it hits my price, and then I'm in the trade. Like it executed for me, which can sometimes be like a good thing, right? Because sometimes you go ahead, right? Here, had I been like, oh, let me put a limit order here at that trend line break, right? Then it would have just executed the trade, and then it would have just been in it instead of me thinking, overthinking about it and be like, no, I don't want to get in, no, and then I gotta be the one to actually click the button. Um, so that's something cool too. Like there's a lot of different tools and a lot of different things once you get into it and once you start to learn a bit more that can help you out, right? I definitely recommend that. Or like time things too. There's a time where I was like really uncomfortable with actually like watching my trade play out. Like I would get like anxiety, like literally like shaking, like quivering anxiety. So I'd go ahead and I'd execute my trade and then I'd walk out of my room. I'd have my stop loss. I'd have my stop loss placed, and I'd have my take profit placed. And then when I executed the trade, I would walk out of the room, and then I would just sit outside, or like outside of my room where I couldn't see my screen. And then I'd either get the notification on my phone, whether it hit my take profit or it hit my stop loss, or on my computer I'd have my volume up and then go ding. Oh, I muted it. I muted my volume. That's why we didn't get the order filled. Because my volume was muted. Remember from the YouTube video. Dang it, that stinks. I love that sound. Order filled. Order filled. Either way. So yeah. So I put that alert up there. What I wanted to show you, because when it does break that trend line, I do think I want to get into a buy up there. Because there's like nothing after these. Obviously not nothing, but I think we've got some room to go ahead and say hello. We've got some room to say hello. This is me. Watch me fly. Oh, I moved that. I also love about TradingView is that there's an undo button. There's an undo button. So like if I mess up with one of my lines, I can just undo it. Or if I delete something or something like that, I can undo it. You cannot undo an execution. That you would have to just get out of the trade. But with anything drawing or analysis wise, you can undo, or customization stuff you can undo, which makes it cool because it's a good platform. The other thing too is like the replay. Like you go ahead and do like replays, so it's like instant, like you are watching the live market, but you're not. If you wanted to do that, I would just recommend going like to the very front of the chart and then do like the replay. But I think the replay you have to play for, or you have to pay for. Anyway, so we got that alert. I think we are good. I've been yapping for a bit. We already missed this entry, which I really liked. Obviously after the fact because of hindsight. So I'll put a trend line here. We'll do an alert. Small trend. I'm doing small trend because it's a smaller trend. Small trend break by question. So if I see that one come up, then maybe. No way. Is it yelling at me? I can only have. No way. I can only have one alert at a time. That sucks. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to start playing for TradingView. Because this is bonkers. That's crazy. Okay. I don't know. Like there's a part of me that I'm looking at. So look at price right now. Obviously it's falling, it's dropping. But I want to show you over here. Like Tradovate just looks so more rich. Like it's like I'm watching every single execution, like as it's fluttering. You see that? I really like. I've been trading using like
Tradovate and NinjaTrader, which is the same trading platform. I've been using them all this year. So I haven't really used TradingView, and I really love the responsiveness. Like while I'm trading, I can just like I can feel the market, and you can use a lot more, like intuition and feeling because you're watching every single execution. Whereas like on TradingView, right? It's I guess it's like averaging. It's definitely not lagging. I think it's just averaging, or it has to get like maybe a certain amount of orders before it actually goes ahead and it moves it, which I'm not a huge fan of. So that's definitely gonna take some getting used to. And if I am gonna decide to keep trading on TradingView, the way that I did like today, which I most likely am because like for going ahead and showing you guys, it's definitely better. But I am gonna have to have this Tradovate window up to watch it and get a feel for it a bit more because there's a major difference. Major difference. You can see every quarter, every single quarter it moves. Look at that. Look at that. Da, 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 da. And then if you saw it on TradingView right now, it's like again, I know it's not lagging, but it's feels like I feel like it needs possibly a certain number of orders before it actually moves it or something. I know it's not a platform, or I know it's not like, oh, like my computer's being slow because Tradovate is doing fine, right? So I think like maybe it just needs a certain amount of orders or something. Maybe I can tweak that setting. Um Somehow I'll ask a buddy of mine and see what he says. Maybe he knows. But yeah. But so like that's something that's gonna take some getting used to, and I'll definitely have to have like the trading view window or the Tradovate window open as well. Anyway, my bad. What I wanted to go ahead and show you was the was I wanted to show you. All right, so I'm gonna log out of my Tradovate account. So let's say you just got into TradingView, da da da. So you go trading panel. You'll take this, you'll draw it up, right? We're just gonna go all the way because this is what I'm showing you. And then here's where you connect your brokers, right? If you're a new trader, if you're a brand new trader, you can come here and hit paper trading, connect, and what this will do will allow for you to do demo trading. So it's free trading, free demo trading. Okay. Again, you can connect your broker. Your broker most likely has, like, if you have brokers, your broker most likely has um, demo trading like parameters and accounts and whatnot, right? But with this, you don't need to have a broker yet, and you can go ahead and you can start demo trading on TradingView. You have control over how big the account size is. You can go ahead and pull up the execution window, which I forgot where it was. When you connect it, it said trade down here. Yeah. So yeah. So you can pull up the execution window. You can do all that. So that's something that's really cool about trading. Like especially like if you want to get this experience, you want to get the execution experience, and you want to get your hours in and just start playing around with the platform. Because it is a very good platform, especially for new traders and just helpful. It's seamless. It's simple, right? And I can do it from my phone too. I can pull up the charts on my phone. Let me show you. So yeah, so like, let me. So I can pull up. That's my watch list, and then I can pick like we just picked S&P 500, and then we zoom in, and then I would have to go ahead and connect to my broker again, which I'll do on my computer. But once you go ahead and you do that, then you can pull up the chart and you can do everything on your phone if you wanted to. I've got an iPad that I work with. I don't have a laptop yet, but yeah, but so it's a really cool program. I can take trades on my phone as well. Um, Analyze on my phone, do everything. You can do everything from TradingView on your phone. So really cool, really cool. And yeah, I mean, I recommend. I'm telling you that you should do the demo trading. If there is one thing that I will tell you you should do, if I make any recommendations ever, it is demo trade, demo trade, demo trade, because it will save you from losing money by not knowing what you're doing. Because if you're a new trader and you don't know what you're doing, right? You watch a couple YouTube videos, you're like, oh, this is easy. Oh, I can do this. Oh, you don't have the experience. You don't have the emotional control yet. You don't have the knowledge. You don't have the psychology. You might not understand risk management, trading management, all these other things that aren't strategy based. Like I could tell you how to shoot a basketball into a basket, into a hoop, right? But you're not gonna be Michael Jordan, until you start. Oh, I'm gonna dribble. I'm gonna learn how to dribble. Oh, I'm gonna learn how to actually shoot like from this spot in the court. Oh, I'm gonna practice drills. Oh, I'm gonna, until you start putting the time in, until you start putting the effort in, until you really get that knowledge and get that understanding and get that experience, you know, then you're not you're just starting yourself off to go ahead and lose. Like you're basically just rushing your loss. So like I said, like every trader, I think I would, and I'm not gonna guarantee, but I'm pretty sure every trader would tell you demo trade, demo trade, demo trade. Like real traders will tell you to demo trade, especially depending on the asset. Like the asset that I trade, the futures market is a risky market, right? Like that money we could easily lose. I could easily lost 2,500 if I went ahead and I sold here, right? Let's say I had sold it here because of the resistance, because we come back into that bubble or that zone that I said, oh, I wanted to sell from over here, right? Let's say I sold it, right? We could easily still be holding the trade, and we would be in like $1,000, $2,000 drawdown, right? That I've now lost. 2,000, 3,000 I owe my broker because I lost that money. And I thought that I was the shit. And then I was, a guru, and I know what leverage is, and I'll be able to make thousands of dollars every day just starting out. So like I tell everyone that asks me, how do you get started trading? What do you do? How do I get a better understanding about all this stuff? TradingView, demo trade, sit here and experience it and execute demo trades and play around with it. You could literally play around with it like it's a game. But when it's time to get serious and you'll know, like, okay, I actually understand this. Let me start, like, if you're about it, let me start to get for real. Let me start to like actually get serious about it. Pick one of these prop firms, mock, challenge, do a demo challenge, right? Where you are being accountable for yourself, and you're being accountable for the rules, and you understand the rules, right? I think that's beyond just like trying to trade the challenge and pass the challenge on a demo where it's completely fake, right? Beyond just that, and like it'll, number one, if you can actually do it and pass and be honest about passing. That's where I wanted to go, was like the being honest and being accountable about yourself, right? Because you might take a loss and you'd be like, no, that loss didn't count. But it's like, if you were in the challenge, if you were in the demo trader, or you were in a live account, that loss is going to count. They don't care if, oh, you made a mistake. Oh, I made a mental mistake. Oh, I had a bad day today. Oh, I slept like shit. Oh, I didn't sleep at all. Oh, I ate bad breakfast. My stomach hurt, right? Oh, I was stressed out because such and such is going on, right? The market does not care. The prop firms do not care about that. All they care about is making money. Okay, that's it. That's how trading is. All it cares about is money that's being transacted. That's how it is. So if you can go ahead and you can do those mock challenges and do those mock, like, paper challenges, then I think you're putting yourself at a good spot too. Especially if you're being accountable and you're being honest about them. You're getting past a lot of those emotional arguments that you're going to have with yourself in the future while trading, because there's going to be a lot of stuff that you see about yourself trading. This, I like to think of like this as almost like a mirror, right? Like even though I can't see my reflection in my screen, basically any decisions or any like thoughts that I have while I'm trading is a reflection of my inner self, right? And how I'm feeling and what I'm going ahead and deciding and executing. So this is really like a mirror. It's just a self-reflection uh, business, and like I'm just self-reflecting on myself all the time. Even when I'm off the charts, I'm like, shit. Well, I should have done this, or oh, I should have. Like, I'll probably beat myself up today, and I'll be like, shit, I should have taken that trend line break because the TVI was telling me, and like, what was I thinking? Because I was, biased. I was bullish the whole time. Like I was thinking, So, I mean, that's just how it is. But yeah. So, I mean, I'll leave it at that. I've been yapping for a while. We haven't really been looking at the charts too much. I mean, I have, like, I'm still watching it, and hopefully, like, you guys are, while you're listening to me, you guys are still watching as price is moving. I know with TradingView too, like the futures market specifically, you gotta have the broker connected. The weird thing about TradingView is like I couldn't get NinjaTrader connected because they don't have NinjaTrader down here for me to connect, but I can connect Tradovate. And when I'm trading the challenge, I use the Tradovate account because it's the same platform as NinjaTrader. So so you can see now, if you go and you look on the futures data and you don't have a futures broker connected, that you're not paying for the data, then it won't show the live data, but it will show like a limit. It's like a delayed data. It's like 10 minutes, I think 5 or 10 minutes delayed data. But so like hopefully you guys have just been watching, like as I'm yapping, like the price movement, right? Like you can see how we're holding these resistances for sure. We held this resistance a bit, and then we're still wanting to push lower, but obviously this bullish trend is coming into effect. So we'll have to see if it likes my trend line, if it likes this trend line, if it breaks this trend line, if it likes this bullish trend line that I'm gonna draw right now. We're gonna make green because it's bullish. So we're gonna see, it's kind of like a bird beak right now. See which way price decides it wants to go. I'm gonna get rid of this level, even though we kind of had this rejection here. I think this, if had I widened it, it might be a little better. But I'm kind of seeing this resistance zone here. Like obviously you had it here, you had a little bit up here with these wicks too, and then now you've had these wicks down here in this level, and we're kind of teetering here. And then you can see this as well. If I bring this up, bounce, 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 right? And then we had our bounce here where our trend line is now at this resistance level. So I'm liking the zones we've got drawn out. And then it's just going to be a matter of me being aware while I'm at the gym, paying attention. But like I said, like the main thing I'm looking for this week, for today, if we can get it, is going to be this trend line break on the buy side. If we get a trend line break on the low side down here, which I'm not going to be able to set an alert for because I can only get one alert right now. But by the end of today, I should have TradingView set up to where I'm good to have more alerts and everything like that. So we should be good. But yeah, so yeah, I mean that's about it. I'll leave it at that. I don't too much. And I think I did decent. We went ahead. We had a good trade today. We followed our rules. We weren't too greedy. Yes, we took profit. Our trailing stop took profit early because we had it a little close at initially, but still, like we're up for the day. We had a good day. And yeah, I mean it's a great morning. It's so far a great start to the day, and I mean that's really all I can say. I don't have much more. I did get a smaller bed. We're gonna see how the whole room situation turns out because there's kind of like a lot. I don't know. There's a lot going on. Like I like to move my room around a lot, but like I'm starting to have like thoughts and stuff. But I got a smaller bed. This bed was way more comfortable than the bed that I had previously. But again, like this might change real soon. A lot kind of going on. And then with work, oh my gosh, it's just work's kind of fun because I work at a gym and it's really chill. So I've been picking up hours and we're doing all right. Like I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get paid. And we're doing this challenge. So if I can keep up this challenge and we do good, then we'll go ahead and we'll figure everything out. I started school up again yesterday, and
that was about as great as you'd imagine it being, and as expensive as you imagine it being as well. But gotta just gotta get it done. We're doing a lot. We're doing a lot, and I'm just gonna keep on pushing. And I know I already have my stop loss limit on time, on like a time. I've got a date for when motion needs to. If motion is not occurring, then we are throwing ourselves in the fire in a good way. In a good way. Um, I think so. But yeah. So I mean, yeah. So we got a lot going on, pushing for a lot. Definitely going to be, trying to figure out this social media stuff because these videos are a little difficult to go ahead and clip. So if anyone knows how to do that and you made it this far in this video, like, please talk to me and help me out. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think I'll leave it at that. Market's still moving. You guys have a great day. Keep watching the market, keep doing what you're doing. If you got any questions, feel free to ask. I'm always here. So it's great trading with you guys, and I hope you guys have a good week, good day, and just keep it up, stay positive.